The Maltese Falcon and Rebel Without a Cause could be coming to 4K this April. Universal has announced Violent Night is heading to Blu-ray, but where's the 4K? Could the Rocky 4Ks actually be getting those standalone slipcover editions? And Kino Lorber looks to have more Jean-Claude Van Damme on 4K as Sudden Death is announced for 4K to come out sometime later this year. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 143. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of physical media. And we have got some really cool news and announcements to talk about here today. But before I get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love every single day. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, be sure to comment down below, guys, of everything that we discuss here today. And again, we've got a lot of stuff to cover here today. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know about it in the comment section below. And then be sure to turn on those bell notifications for all future videos as well. So let's start things off with the rumors, guys. We have got some exciting rumors on some classic movies coming up 4K this April. Let's start off with the Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart. This is supposed to be coming to 4K from Warner Brothers on April the 11th. So all of these classic movies that I'm getting ready to talk about, including the Maltese Falcon, were shared by Dawn of the Disc on his Instagram page, and I believe he got that from HD Movie Source, but I'm pretty sure that these are almost confirmed to be coming out this April, but again, not officially confirmed, so we're still going to lump them in to the rumor category. And I have already discussed the Maltese Falcon on this show before, I remember that, but again, we're closer to the actual announcement and release, but super exciting, always good to get more classic films. We also got Cool Hand Luke, starring Paul Newman, that's supposed to be coming to 4K from Warner Brothers on April the 11th as well. And we got Rebel Without a Cause coming to 4K from Warner Brothers on April the 25th. So 3 classic movies coming from Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers just looks to be really ramping up in 2023. It's a 100th anniversary, and they're going to make the most of it. They're going to go back into their film history and give us some of the goods. So I'm excited for it, guys. Let me know if you're excited for those 3 movies. I have not seen any of those movies, and I know I'm going to get a bunch of comments saying, I can't believe you haven't seen this and this and this. You call yourself a movie fan? Look, guys, I love this stuff. I love watching, I love experiencing new films. I'm excited that I get to watch all these movies for the first time. So again, let me know if you're excited for these movies coming to 4K this April in the comment section below. And let's move on to another rumor. This is coming from the Disc Father on Instagram. We have Kung Fu Panda supposed to be coming to 4K from Universal at some point this year. So if this makes sense, we've already got Shrek. To be completely honest, like, I thought that Kung Fu Panda already had a 4K release, but this makes sense. I mean, they've done Shrek, and it makes sense to go to Kung Fu Panda next instead of, let's say, Shrek 3, because Shrek 3 is not the most popular of the franchise. I would be surprised if they do that one, and Shrek Forever After, even though I really do like the 4th Shrek movie. But Kung Fu Panda makes sense to do that, and I'm pretty sure there's 3 of those, and I think that they were all well received. But yeah, I'm sure that DreamWorks is going to go back and do all of their big movies in 4K. We'll probably get Shark's Tale and all that good stuff. So Kung Fu Panda actually makes a lot of sense that would come to 4K, but that's supposed to be coming from Universal at some point this year. And let's get into the big question, guys, and I've got this on the thumbnail, and there's been so many different angles and things going on with the Rocky 4Ks coming out that it's not even funny. I talked about it last week on the Physical Media Report. I wish that there wasn't so much controversy with this release, because I am just so looking forward to seeing Rocky on 4K. I really don't care how I get it. At this point, I just want to see Rocky on 4K. But the question is now, are we actually getting Rocky with individual slipcovers? Because we are getting that Knockout 4-film collection, and we are getting the individual steelbooks that are Best Buy exclusive steelbooks. Those are the things that are confirmed. But the Disc Father shared on his Instagram that we are apparently getting 4K slipcovers, and he showed the images for him and everything. So I don't know how truthful that is, if that's actually going to happen or not. These are not images that are currently shown on Bluray.com. Nobody else has made mention of these, but I don't know. There has to be some kind of truth to it, potentially. I would just think that by now we would have got official announcement on all the different options that we're able to get with Rocky. Like, why have they announced the 4-film collection and the steelbooks, but not the slipcovers yet? It just feels like they should roll all this stuff out at once and give us all the options on the table so we can pick and choose what we want. But they look like cool slipcovers. Like, I hope that they do come out, because I will probably end up getting the individual slipcovers versus the Ultimate box set. I've almost pretty much made up my mind that I'm not going to get the steelbooks. They're just too expensive, and I just don't need it. I'll get Rocky, I'll get either the Knockout collection, or I'll get the individual slipcovers. But again, this is not confirmed, but hopefully within the next week or two, we start to get some movement on this and we find out what the options are. All the options on the table for the Rocky films. And again, I discussed this last week. Apparently, these are going to be like spaced out. We're getting the Knockout collection on the 28th of February, but we're getting the first steelbook on the 28th of February. Then we're getting the second steelbook on March the 7th. We're getting the third steelbook on March the 14th, and we're getting the fourth movie on March the 21st. So I have to assume that these slipcovers will have the same rollout as well, and you can only pick up all of the Rocky movies on the 28th if you get that Knockout collection. But let me know what you guys think of this, the whole Rocky 4K controversy. I wish it was just simpler with Rocky. Like, I love Rocky and I want Rocky to be successful on physical media. And again, we're not getting 5 and 6 yet. Apparently Stallone's working on director's cuts, and we're gonna get those later on down the line. But again, let me know your thoughts. And now let's go ahead and get into the official news and announcements and stuff that has been officially announced and is coming out. So Violent Night got an announcement last week from Universal. This is gonna be coming out on Blu-ray on January the 24th. So it's actually coming out next week. So they announced this coming out next week. Now, I showed an image on my Instagram of this, and it did not have a slipcover in the image, but this will absolutely be having a slipcover, at least a first pressing slipcover. Now, if you buy like 6 months down the line, it's probably not going to have the slipcover with it, but I know a lot of people were questioning that. I've even seen some people already find this in their Walmarts, because Walmart apparently puts their stuff out like 2 weeks early sometimes. So I've seen it with a slipcover in Walmart. So this will have a slipcover. It even says it on Bluray.com, but I know that was a big question with people when I posted it on my Instagram. Also, another big question is, why is this movie not getting a 4K? I do not have an answer for that. I know that Universal sometimes will not put their new movies out in 4K, but it does seem kind of strange at this. I just feel like this movie in particular would get a 4K. But again, I'm not completely sure. Now, will it get a 4K 6 months down the line? Who knows? We've seen this with the studios, with Paramount, with Warner Brothers. Like, everybody seems to be having an issue with this. It's like they put the Blu-ray out and it's like, oh, that's so well, let's do a 4K. So maybe wait, maybe hold off on this one. It's going to be coming out for $21.99, which is a little pricey for a Blu-ray. But right now, this is available for pre-order on Amazon, and also available for pre-order on Groove.com as well. So I know this is a big movie that a lot of people enjoyed. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it, even if it's, you know, a Christmas movie technically. I think it would still play okay in just the regular seasons. You know, it's kind of like a fun Die Hard, like hostage situation movie. It's an action movie with some Christmas elements and themes. I think you could still watch this any time of the year and enjoy it, but it definitely probably would play better in the Christmas season. But yeah, Violent Night's supposed to be coming out next week on January the 24th. And we also have Megan that was shown on Bluray.com to be coming to Blu-ray from Universal, but no official release date yet, and no 4K announcement for Megan either, which again is kind of curious. Why are we not getting 4K releases for these bigger movies, I would say, from Universal? Because Megan opened with $30 million. Like, that's a pretty big movie. I feel like if Halloween were to open with $30-40 million, like, it would get a 4K. Like, Halloween Ends, I don't think made too much more money than that when it released, so and that received a 4K. So kind of interesting why Megan wouldn't get a 4K, why Violent Night wouldn't get a 4K. Like, these feel like bigger titles that should get the 4K treatment. But again, Megan hasn't been officially announced like Violent Night has, so it is possible that Megan will get a 4K. I would love to see this get like a 4K Steelbook treatment and all that kind of stuff, but Megan will be coming to Blu-ray at some point from Universal. Just no official release date yet, but that is on Blu-ray.com. We're also getting a Black Panther 4K Steelbook. Not Wakanda Forever. I've already shown off those Steelbooks, I believe, last week on the Physical Media Report, but we're getting the 2018 Black Panther, a new Steelbook for that, which is a Best Buy exclusive, and that's supposed to be coming out from Disney on February the 7th. Now, this is a really nice looking Steelbook with like some purples and blacks and stuff. It's definitely nicer, because I used to collect the Marvel Steelbooks back in the day, and I bought the original Black Panther Steelbook, and it's not the most attractive Steelbook. Like, I do like the silvers and the grays and all that stuff, and I like the image on it, but it's definitely very minimalistic, and I think they could have done more with it. This Steelbook honestly looks a lot cooler. I'm probably not going to get it, but if I was still collecting for the Marvel stuff, I would absolutely want to grab this one. It looks really cool. So if you didn't grab Black Panther on 4K, this will definitely be a good opportunity for you to pick that one up, and that's coming out on February the 7th. We also have 12 Angry Men coming to 4K from Kino Lorber on March the 28th. So I think I covered this last week on the Physical Media Report, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into this and give some more details. This is going to be receiving HDR and Dolby Vision from Kino Lorber. You're also going to be getting a new audio commentary on this. It's different from, because I know a lot of people with the, Kino Lorber's taking a lot of stuff from Criterion. They're upgrading it to 4K, and a lot of people's like, is it worth me upgrading? So I want to kind of go into the differences between the Criterion release and also what you're going to be getting with this Kino Lorber 4K. So you're going to be getting that new audio commentary, and also another really cool thing with this release is you're also going to be getting the 1997 remake on an additional Blu-ray disc as a special feature in this release. And Kino Lorber's been known to do this. They did this with In the Heat of the Night last year. They included the two sequels, the Mr. Tibbs sequels to In the Heat of the Night, which I just thought was so cool. Like, Criterion's done this as well. Like, when you add a movie, an entire movie as a bonus feature, that's just freaking awesome. It just adds to the value of your release. So you're going to be getting 12 Angry Men, the classic film, on 4K, and you're also going to be getting the 12 Angry Men 1997 remake on an additional Blu-ray release. So two movies in one. So that's very cool that they decided to include that in this release. Kino Lorber also announced that we're going to be getting Sudden Death, which is an action film starring Jean-Claude Van Damme on 4K, and that's supposed to be coming out sometime this year. So no official release date yet. So Kino Lorber, sometimes, I've had this question as well, they will just announce stuff. They will announce that they are doing stuff, and then it might be like 6 months, it might be a year before they announce the actual release date, but they just want to let you know that they're working on it. So Kino Lorber's kind of works differently than Screen Factory and Arrow and Criterion in terms of how they announce stuff and roll it out. They let you know that they're working on it, and then that's it until they make the official announcement. Like 12 Angry Men, I think we knew about like a year or so ago, and now that's getting officially announced right now. So, but yeah, Sudden Death 4K is coming from Kino Lorber. Jean-Claude Van Damme, more Van Damme in 4K. We need it in 2023, and we're going to get it. So let me know if you're excited for it in the comment section below. We also have Crimes of the Future coming to 4K, but it's coming to 4K from Second Sight this year. So David Cronenberg is getting a Second Sight 4K edition of Crimes of the Future. I have not seen this movie. I did buy the Neon Blu-ray. But if I watch that and I like it, I might possibly pick up the Second Sight release. I mean, Second Sight, there's no question, like, they just do some of the best work in terms of packaging, so I'm sure this is going to be a stellar release, but I've heard very divisive things about this movie. So I don't know if it's going to be worth spending like $50, $60 on a Second Sight release of it, but it's definitely very cool because, you know, Second Sight, I'm hoping is really going to start ramping things up this year, maybe put out like 12 4K releases. Like, that would be awesome. They got Texas Chainsaw, which we haven't heard the details on yet, but Texas Chainsaw 4K from Second Sight is supposed to be announced this month. So I'm really excited for that. I will definitely be breaking that news as soon as it happens. But Second Sight is definitely on the rise. So the more 4Ks that they do, the better, because they just do a fantastic job. But I don't know if this is one that I will particularly pick up day one. I need to at least see the movie first. You know what would be really cool on 4K is if they did Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor on 4K. A Second Sight edition of that would be completely awesome. But again, I'm getting off track here. Let's get back on track with Criterion. And apparently Criterion, speaking of Neon, is doing 5 Neon titles, including 2022 films Triangle of Sadness and Moonage Daydream, which is like a David Bowie. I don't know if that's like a documentary or what that is, but apparently they're getting 5 of the Neon titles. And I can't remember what the other 3 films, apparently they're doing 5. I just know that Triangle of Sadness and Moonage Daydream were the 2 most notable titles. But I hope that they get Pig at some point and they put that out on Criterion with Nicolas Cage. That would be an awesome Criterion release if they did that movie in 4K. Really great movie with Nicolas Cage. If y'all had not seen Pig, I highly recommend that one. But really cool that Criterion's kind of dipping their toes into other stuff. And again, they've worked with A24 a little bit. Neon's another great independent studio as well. So glad to see that they're, you know, working with other independent film studios to put out some cool Criterion titles. Always cool to see. Also, guys, I got to put this out there, but the Roadhouse 4K is available right now for pre-order on Amazon. So this was available from Vinegar Syndrome at the end of November. That's when it officially came out on the Vinegar Syndrome site. But with Vinegar Syndrome, they put stuff out on their website first, and then they wait about a month or 2 months before they make it available on Amazon for you to purchase. So the Roadhouse 4K Amazon pre-order is currently up, and it's supposed to be coming out on January the 31st for $30.49. Now keep in mind, guys, because I did post this in the community tab, that this is not the big box set release. This is not the big box set release. This is just the standalone 4K. You're not going to get a slipcover, but it's still the same release. You're going to be getting all the special features. You're going to be getting the 2 Blu-rays and the 1 4K, and you're going to be getting everything except for that big box set release. So if you were looking to pick this one up and you didn't want to spend $55 on it to order it off the Vinegar Syndrome website, this is definitely a great option to still experience what I would say is the best 4K release of 2022, you know, without the full like price point. $30.49 is a great price point for this release because it's just one of the best of the year. But just keep in mind, you're not going to get the slipcover, you're not going to get the big box set, you're not going to get none of that. You're just going to get that 4K case, but it's still an incredible release. So that's going to be available on January the 31st and available for pre-order right now. I will link that down below. We also got The Inspection, which is an A24 film. It's coming out from Lionsgate on February the 21st. I've heard some really good things about this movie. I know that the actor in this film is up for like best actor, I think, in the awards races and all that stuff. So I've heard some really good things about this movie, but I have not really looked into it, but I'll definitely check it out because it's A24. We got the Chicago Blu-ray Steelbook coming out from Paramount on February the 7th. So guys, we got to support this Blu-ray Steelbook of Chicago. If you want that 4K, you got to buy this Steelbook for sure. We also got the Mickey and Minnie 10 Classic Shorts Blu-ray coming out as part of the 100th anniversary Disney deal. Coming out from Disney on February the 7th. So there you go, guys. We got some cool Steelbooks, and then we got Mickey and Minnie 10 Classic Shorts. Can you do something else, Disney? That's all I'm asking. But anyway, I know it's really cool. I know a lot of people are excited for the Mickey Minnie. Now, that's only $14.99, I believe, so it's a pretty cheap price point for those. But yeah, definitely cool that they're going back and doing the classic Mickey and Minnie stuff for sure. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the deals, guys. I usually cover these, or I have been covering these separate, but I wanted to just cover them all here real quick because there's not a ton of deals going on right now, but I wanted to give you all the highlights. Heat on 4K, guys, currently is $8.99. Now, I hope it's still on sale right now as I put the physical media report up, but Heat on 4K for $8.99 is an absolute steal. I still stand by the fact that that's a great 4K disc. I know a lot of people gave that transfer, no pun intended, some heat when it came out, but Heat on 4K is a great 4K disc, and it's only $8.99 right now, so I would absolutely recommend that you jump on that as soon as possible. The Final Chapter Steelbook, which just kind of stings me a little bit because I paid $17.99 for it last week, is currently $14.99. 1 week later, it dropped $3 in price. The Universal Monsters Volume 2 4K set is $39.99. The Hitchcock Volume 1 4K box set, which is a great box set with some of the most iconic classic Alfred Hitchcock movies, is currently $39.99. We also have Batman on 4K, the original 1989 one, for $16.53. We got Pearl on Blu-ray for $13. We got Kubrick, the 3-film collection, for $39.99. Great deal for 3 films, Kubrick films in 4K that all look great. Wayne's World on 4K is $18.99. Shrek 2 on 4K is $14.99. Joker 4K is $14.99. And To Kill a Mockingbird on 4K, guys, this one just came out last October, is $16.99. So great deal for that. And we also got an MVD Arrow video sale going on right now. I covered that last week on the Physical Media Report. I ran through a bunch of the different items on sale, but that actually ends today, the 16th. So if you watch this tomorrow on the 17th or after that, the sale will already be gone, but I will link that down below. If you watch it today, that Arrow sale on MVD is still going on. And lastly, guys, let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. And it's not a huge week for physical media, but we do have some really exciting stuff coming out this week for sure. We got Double Jeopardy on 4K coming out from Paramount Presents for $34.99. Now, I already have a review for this up on the channel, so if you want to know if this is worth checking out, go check out my review of Double Jeopardy. I'll try to link that above right there, but definitely a really good movie. I watched this. I really enjoyed it. Hadn't seen it since I was a kid. So yeah, go check out my review if you want to see if that 4K is worth a pickup. We also got The Menu coming out on Blu-ray from Disney for $19.96, and no slipcover on this release because it's Disney. I wish Disney would do some freaking slipcovers on their releases, but The Menu's coming out. I really enjoyed The Menu when I saw that one in the theaters, but I don't think that that one's worth picking up day 2021. We also got Cloverfield getting a 4K Steelbook from Paramount for $21.47. Now I did a full-on like showcase slash review of this Steelbook. That's up on my channel as well, so go check that out if you want to see if that's worth picking up. We also got Wrath of Man coming out on 4K from Shout Factory for $27.99. We got They Live getting a 4K Steelbook from Screen Factory for $27.99. It's also getting an exclusive enamel pen set on the Shout Factory website. Now, this has a previous 4K release that actually came out 2 years ago, I think in January of 2021, but they're re-releasing this in a Steelbook, and Screen Factory's just been killing it with their Steelbooks. Just really awesome Steelbooks. I usually don't collect the Steelbooks, but They Live is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, so I had to pick this one up. So I will be getting the They Live 4K Steelbook, and hopefully it arrives at the house tomorrow. I'll do an unboxing on the channel, all that good stuff. Missing in Action Trilogy, the Chuck Norris Missing in Action Trilogy is coming out from Kino Lorber for $42.99, and getting individual slip covers for all the movies for $17.99. So I did pre-order this one, and I'm really excited because I've heard some great things about this trilogy. We also got it coming out from Kino Lorber this week. Kino Lorber's absolutely killing it this week. Program to Kill for $17.99, No Mercy for $17.99, and Ghost Warrior for $17.99, all getting Blu-ray releases with slip covers and all that stuff. So yeah, Kino Lorber just killing it this week, killing it this month. We also got Spin Me Round coming out from IFC Films for $14.99. We got Till coming out from Universal for $22.95. We got Death Knot coming out from Wellgo USA for $17.99. We got the Lars Van Trier's Europe Trilogy coming out from Criterion for $74.36. So 3 movies in that Criterion set. We also got Lady Whirlwind and Hapkido, the double film set coming out from Arrow Video for $27.99. It's also receiving an Arrow exclusive cover on that one as well. So I did review that on the channel over the weekend in my MVD Arrow Video collection showcase. So go check that out and see my thoughts on that release. We also got Big Time Gambling Boss coming out from new label Radiance Films. This is the very first release, I'm pretty sure, that's coming out from Radiance Films. That's the studio that was started up from the guy from Arrow Video. Went off on his own and started up Radiance Films. So I'm actually interested in checking out one of those releases. I don't know if this will be the release that I grab, but I do want to check out Radiance Films at some point. And this is going to be available for $22.99. So not a bad price point on your first boutique release for sure. These look like Criterion kind of style editions for sure. But yeah, $22.99, not a bad price at all for that. Silver's coming out from Paramount for $19.99, and Detective Night Redemption, another Bruce Willis film, is coming out from Lionsgate for $14.96. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I thank you all so much for joining me on this Monday. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications. Comment down below, guys, of everything that we went over here today. What are you the most excited about? Let me know in that comment section below. And then be sure to follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.